What's going on, man? Can you hear me? Do I sound all right?
Yeah, man. You on, man. You on
good.
live, man.
That's what's up, man. Thank you so much. Before we even get started, I just want to say the energy is amazing.
Yo, thank you, brother.
Just the energy is crazy.
Yo, thank you, brother, man. Thank you, man. Word, man. We appreciate you, man. You know, you're part of the family now, man. Word, part of the BX Live family.
Well, it's good, man. We've been talking to try to get this to happen for a while, we finally got it to happen. You know,
all praises due, man. Because without him, you know, couldn't get it done.
Absolutely. So,
man, with that being said, Akmonic, man, I want to give you a round of applause too, man, for coming through, man, and doing what you do, man. You know what I mean? Enough respects to you too, man.
I love it.
Word up, man. And with that said, Nutta Butta, man, I want you to introduce yourself to the people, man, here on BX Live, BBPTV, man. Let them know who you are. I know who you are, and I know what you do. You know what I mean? We're just going to start off with a little small part of your history, then we're going to get into your present, and then we're going to go through the interview.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So you said the small part, so we go back to the history a little bit.
Yeah, let's go to the history.
Okay. All right. Well, my name is Nutta Butta, man. I'm originally born in the Bronx. You know, I'm from the BX, but I feel like Will Smith. You know, my family moved, you know, to Harlem. You know, my life got switched, turned upside down.
I could dig it.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, I remember coming from the Bronx. I was about maybe 13.
Okay.
And I remember coming from the Bronx, and we came, as I played in my memory now, right. I know it was 135th Street. You know what I mean?
Right.
We made that left on Lenox, man, and it was like Broadway. You know what I mean? It was like Harlem was this beautiful stage. I had never seen anything like it. You know what I mean? You know, even I moved to St. Nick Projects. The project grass looked different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, the chains were together. You know, they wasn't broken. You know what I mean? So and I moved here from they call me Nut. You know what I'm saying? But you know, as you did, brother. You know, I played ball. I got introduced to ball in a different way. You know, than I played in the Bronx. You know what I mean? Harlem was a little more, you know, a little more bop at the time. You know what I mean? You know, you had Rucker. You had Rucker and all that. You know, the Bronx gave me the foundation of basketball for sure. You know, and the love of it. But Harlem gave it that other thing that I had never seen before. You know, dudes were playing 21, wrapping it around your head. You know what I mean?
Just a little
you know what I mean? Hitting you in the face with the ball. You know what I'm saying? You're like, okay, am I supposed to fight or play basketball? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I got introduced to basketball, you know what I mean? Okay. And I saw a dude named Dancing Doogie play.
Wow, yeah, Dancing one, yeah.
And
shout out to Dancing Doogie.
I was like, I want to play like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he was smooth with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mimicked that a lot, you know, until I got into my own, you know, my own little bag. And that's how I got the name Butter, you know? So it went from Nutta to Butter, you know what I'm saying? You know, they merged Nutta Butta. And I carried that with me throughout my life. And some guys... some local dudes, man, who was just extraordinary, man. You know, Teddy Riley, Rex in Effect, Markel Riley, Kill Davidson. These guys were extraordinary, man. You know, and they was doing some big things. You know what I mean?
Big shout out to Teddy Riley and Markel, or the
whole
whole family.
Man,
Boys,
they were doing some extraordinary things, and I would see it, and I would want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, just wanted to be a part of, you know, that extraordinary thing. You know
the new Jack Swain.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you know, the jean jackets with the rhinestones and, you know what I mean? Just that pop. And I wanted to be a part of it. And, you know, I keep it real with you, man. I never wrote a bar in my life, but, you know what I mean? I knew I wanted in. So I used to work on Markel. You know what I mean? I used to tell him, yo, I wrote something for your fam. But I never wrote anything. I never wrote for me. But you know, I knew I wanted a part of that.
Right. I can dig it.
You know, he it's crazy. I was home and I got a call. You know what I mean? To come down to Virginia and write for Markel.
And what year was that? Right around time? What year that you would say?
I believe it was 1981.
91.
91. 81, that would have been cool, Modine.
Right.
Lyrics would have been a little different.
Yeah, 91.
But yeah, 1991, man. It was an amazing time. You know, we know the 90s was crazy. You know, the 90s for hip hop was amazing. And you know, I never flew on a plane before.
Wow.
That was my first time on a plane.
So
you know, so
91, you on a plane.
Yeah, man. 91, I'm on the plane on the way to Virginia, and I land. And it was just a whole different vibe. The world was different, man. You know what I mean? The world was different. And my first day there, I was told to, they handed me some tracks to write this song for Markel, write this verse for Markel.
Okay.
I wrote this verse. I thought it was good. I thought you couldn't tell me it wasn't good.
Right.
Ted heard it and said this was terrible and this was a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is a bad idea. I don't think we should be doing this, And I was like, all right, yo, it's cool, man. Thanks for the opportunity, man. Yo, just send me home, man. I'm cool. Just send me home. I just kept saying it over and over. Yo, just send me home. Just send me home. And Markel is my brother. I mean, right. I don't want to minimize our relationship. Like, that's my man. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother. And we have the history. You know what I'm saying? We have the history to prove it. And, he shows up multiple times. And this particular time, he pulled me to the side. You know what I mean? He pulled me to the side and said, yo, let me ask you something, man. Like, say, yo, I'm from where you from. You know what I mean? Like what you hurrying up to go home to? He said, open your eyes and look at what's in front of you.
Wow, I can dig it.
And they were always there, but when he said that, the Benzes and the BMs and I believe the Acura, I don't forget what's this, NRX or NR
NX6.
NX6, like all this stuff was there, and I'm looking like, I felt like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Remember, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a while. I'm gonna hang out with y'all a little while. You know?
I'm gonna stick around."
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hang out with y'all, and that's what happened.
Wow,
I stayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up. Wow,
yeah.
That's what's up.
The rest is history.
Yeah. I mean, if we got some time, we could talk about some things.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about some things. We're gonna go in and out. We're gonna catch another segment right now, though, but. Where you at right now? Just give us a little bit of your present, and then we're going to go into your affiliation prior. We're going to spin back around, but presently, just give me a little brief of where you at right now.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
Currently, right now, I changed my name from Nutta Butta.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think what Nutta Butta did was fantastic. You know what
Okay.
I mean? We can't take away what I've done, the things that I've worked on. It's over 10 million records sold. You know what I mean? So that's there. You know what I mean? But it was something more that I wanted. I never did a solo project. I never did anything, you know what I mean, that has my own personal stamp on it. I've done work with everybody else and featured on songs and stuff like that. But
just give me some of the artists and different people that you name. Give some of the people, whatever. Just give me a quick one.
Wow.
A quick couple.
A quick couple? A quick couple? Okay,
Yeah,
Will Smith. Wrote for Will Smith. Wrote for MC Hammer. Featured on a song called Go Deep with Janet Jackson. Blackstreet's album. Rex and Effect, their first album. Wrote 4 songs. As far as Markel's verses are concerned on there. Street Banger, Queen Pen, Party in a Party. I'm on that joint with Mr. Cheeks, Markel Riley, and Queen Pen. Had a turntable hit called 90s Girl, hold up, the butters in there. You know what I mean? Wow, Chace, 702, Menavision, Shades, I'm sorry, my brain.
That's all right, brother.
My brain froze.
You looking good. You looking good. Yeah, you sound good.
My brain froze for a second. Maybe my people would text me.
Nah, it's all good, man.
I asked them to text me to make sure.
Butter, man, it's good, man. It's
all
right.
So I said that I wanted to do something current,
Right.
And just to be real, the business of music was it, with all of the things that I did, you know what I mean? And this is no disrespect to anyone, but it's popular now for artists to talk about them not getting paid. It's popular for them to talk about, you understand what I'm saying, the bad business.
It's pretty
now.
common, yeah.
You know what I mean? But, when we were talking about it, you know what I'm saying, me, myself, you know what I mean, people wasn't talking about it as much, you know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, I did a lot of work in, and some people are super producers, but they're bad accountants.
I can dig it. Yeah, I can dig it. Yeah, I can dig it.
I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, and I like how you put that out there, brother.
With that said, I hated music. You know what I mean? I hated the business of music. I loved music, but I hated the business of music.
The harsh realities.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I hated the business of music, and I felt like, if these people who are close to me, not saying these people, Ark and Mark, I'm talking about, the head person, you understand what I'm saying, could not take care of me. You understand what I'm saying? You know, this industry is full of wolves and snakes, and I didn't want to be a part of it. So I looked, I'm like this dude that liked to hustle, you know what I mean? And I got a GED, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
you know,
right.
and I don't want to do music, so I got to go into this real world. So I went back to school, you know what I'm saying? I went back to school.
Blessings, brother.
And,
yeah, nice.
And I got a degree in communications, got my BA in communications. And
Nice.
I went into the Department of Education working with at-risk kids. And, you know, just being low, just being easy, enjoying the life of Mr. Smith. You know what I'm saying? You know, working with the kids. And, you know, the world is small, you know, and one parent came in, and it was parent-teacher conference. You know, she came in, and, you know, she's talking, Butter, what you doing here? You got a kid here? So, you know, I'm like, nah, you know, I'm trying to hurry up and keep it moving. Yeah. You know, and she's like, I'm trying to hurry and keep it moving. She's like, yeah, what you and so her son, who was he would come to my counseling session or whatever. Ma, you know Mr. Smith? That ain't no Mr. Smith, that's Butter. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm like, oh man, I'm trying. I was like, all right, y'all take care. She's like, you know, I'll catch up with. And he came back the next. She basically told him who I was and everything, and he came back and he was like, yo, Mr. Smith did this. You know what I mean? And so it took my natural popularity with the kids, just my regular who I was with the kids. It took them not just that I was this artist, but they began to ask me uncomfortable questions. Well, why you don't do music?
Yeah, right.
And it wasn't something that I asked myself. I just decided.
Reality hit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. You know, the DOE was giving me a check, but they wrote me a reality check.
Yeah,
you know what
dope,
I mean?
yeah.
And I knew that I loved it. I knew I still had this passion for it. You know what I mean? So I started playing around with it a little bit, not being serious any longer. You know, playing around with it. It's like a dude who boxes professionally. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he's like, I'm just gonna open up a gym. You know what I mean? You know, and you hit the pads a little. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They like, yo, you a champ, what you carry the spit bucket for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I get it.
you know, so I just said, man, you know what? Let me play my hand. So I started forcing myself, buying some equipment and, you know, stupid stuff like that. And the reason why I say stupid stuff is I was an analog guy. You know, the digital world came, and I wasn't ready for the digital world at all. You know, so
Yeah, I remember you sharing that.
you know, that gap that happened was, you know, people were sending me, you know, thinking that I was up on the digital world. You understand what I'm saying? Up on Pro Tools, Logic, God, Fruity Loops, for Christ's sake.
Keep people listen up.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your Fruity Loop, you know what I mean? I was oblivious to it. I didn't know. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and people would send me, you know, tracks and, you know, stuff and your Butter, you know, with Butter. And it felt like I was disrespecting them. You know what I mean? I wasn't getting back to them because I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean? So that was another, you know what I mean? That was another thing that kept me from music as well. And, you know, like I said, Ark is my man. You know, I got a couple other homeboys who thought I just didn't want to do music. You know what I mean? They'd be like, yo, Butter, what's up with you? You know, Ark would be like, all right, bro, if you want to be Mr. Smith, go ahead. Be, you know, like it would be like this hilarious.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just, you can't escape it. You listen to Stevie Wonder and you listen to all these dudes and you just get that vibe and, you know, and you start, you're like, man, you know,
It's
and
in
then
you. It's in you. It's totally in you, man.
I'm in the other room and I'm like, yo, this dude, hearing y'all play Kanye, I'm like, yo, this dude, this is right now what he did. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to write something right. You know what I mean? I was like,
right,
you know,
going
so
through you, man.
yeah,
That's
so
dope, man.
you feel that. You feel that energy. You feel that passion, you know, come to the forefront. So fast forward to who I am today. You know, Nutta Butta did what he did, but, you know, I go under the artist name Melew Chace. So anything Nutta Butta, I try my best to support and respect. But I want to build Melew Chace from the ground up.
And that's dope.
And also, you know, I think, you know, once you're past your 40s, you know what I mean, which I am, you know what I mean, people believe that you still can't do certain things. And I think it's insane. As long as you have a voice, as long as you have the capability,
that's right.
as long as you have the passion,
that's right.
you should never let people keep you quiet.
That's
you know
correct.
what I mean? So nobody can keep me quiet. I got some passion. I got some music. I got some ideas.
Butter. Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. We're gonna say, yo, we're gonna give you a round of applause for Ahmad. Word up. That was a nice go round.
Yeah, oh my, yo, you know what's crazy is that I told you that I was from the Bronx. You know what I mean? I lived in Bronxdale. Boogie Black is like we call each other family.
That's a fact.
Shout to Boogie Black.
Yeah, man. I'm a little bit older than him, so I know him as Lundell.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct. Correct.
That's like my.
He has a big family too.
Yeah.
Big
Man,
family
the Nelsons. Shout out to the Nelsons.
Big family out there, man.
Shout out to the Nelsons, man. So I was in second section, 1760 Watson Avenue, man.
Word up.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Oh, man, New York City, we here. If you're just logging on, man, we got Nutta Butta, super producer, Harlem Zone, man. Out of that, Rex in Effect, Teddy Riley, Camp, Markel, the whole New Jack Swing crew, man. He's here, man, but he's here as
Melew Chace.
Melew Chace, man. This is what we doing, man. So we're going to bring it up. He just shared, some parts of his journey at the very beginning of the foundation. We're going to bring it up, and we're going to talk about, your social media footprint, man, and what you got going on, and name some of your current things and what you got going on, man. I would love to hear it, man, because it's definitely looking good, man.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely interesting, too, because... like I said, being an analog person and understanding that social media and content is so important, and just trying to figure it all out and navigate, through it. You know what I mean? I've been asked to be on Instagram for like 5 years. You know what I mean? I just got on Instagram, I think maybe 2 months ago. You know what I mean? 2 months ago. So I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Melew Chace. That's my artist page.
Okay.
But I'm also on Instagram as an entrepreneur, CEO, president, brand believer. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
As Hoodvert University. Hoodvert is, as you can see, I have Hoodvert on right now. For those of you who see in the studio, it's Hoodvert. This is my brand, Hoodvert. I'll talk a little bit about Hoodvert.
Yeah, definitely. I want you to get into it. Yeah,
so that's what it is. So my social media footprint also, I'm on Facebook as Nutta Butta. I can't change that because I got a lot of friends that knows me as Nutta Butta there. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to just, not be on, as
total Machiavelli.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, Nutta Butta is gone. You are invited to the funeral. You know what I mean?
I get it.
You know what I mean? But,
smooth transition.
Yeah, so as Melew Chace, and as Hoodvert University being responsible for the marketing of that, I literally, and it's hilarious because it's almost insane, Bing. I post something as Hood on the Hoodvert, then I immediately go to Melew and like it. You know what I'm saying? I immediately go and like it and put a comment in there. You know what I mean? Like, yo, B, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm feeling that, dog. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Sometimes I'd be like, yo, I think I'm bugging. You know what I mean? Like, but this is to grow everything organically. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited about Melew Chace, as an artist, and I'm excited about Hoodvert and what Hoodvert means. You know what I mean? And I'd like to talk about it.
Yeah, I want you to get into it, man. I want you to get into it, definitely.
So I just want to give everyone a little history about what Hoodvert, what Hoodvert is and what Hoodvert comes from. So my grandmother, who's 91 at the time, she was 90. Yeah, man, she just made 91. I believe my family is going to kill me. I believe it was the 13th of this month.
Okay.
She just made 91. Okay. And believe me, can I just tell a funny story about my grandma? Sure. Funniest story. Sure. I'm sorry, I just got to tell the story because it's hilarious. No. So my grandmother is like this really different 91-year-old. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say year-old. She's this different 91. So I'm down south, and I'm going to go visit my grandmother, and so I have the key to her door, you know what I mean, to her door. So I turn the door, go in, and I see her glasses on the floor, and then I see her feet. I'm like, oh my God. I walk in, and she's in there like doing crunches. You know what I mean? Like, like exercising. I'm like, Grandma. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking the words, oh my God.
Take it easy. Take it easy, Grandma.
She in there exercising. I can't go to the Y because of COVID, but I'm going to do it. I'm like, oh God. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, God bless her, man.
Yes,
wow.
She's different. She gives my family, she puts age on us. You know what I mean?
Wow.
She's very, very different. But at this particular time, Grandmom, she had a surgery. and the surgery required her to go to rehab. And so I happened to be at the rehabilitation meeting. My sister and my niece were on the phone. And so they had a team of people there, the physical for her rehab. You had the psychologist, the social worker, the doctor, the nurse, everybody who was on this team to support my grandmother in her rehab. And so I'm there, I'm there, my sisters and my niece is there. No disrespect, but they did not look like us, if that's a safe way to say it, right? So they asked her a bunch of questions, she's answering them sharp or whatever, and they come to this one question where they ask my grandmother, what is the highest grade you've completed? My grandmother began to, move her hands like so, and, she kind of started like putting her head down. I'd never seen that from my grandmother before. I've never seen that in the 90 years that I've known. Well, I didn't have known 90 years.
I understand.
But you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what
that
you
would
mean.
be, I would be 90 if I was the 90.
Right.
For all the years that I've known my grandmother. So I looked to my left and something wasn't right. And Grandma began to say, I'm not as educated as you all. Like, what? And she's like, I've only completed the 6th grade. That bothered me to the core of my being. And I had to interrupt my grandmother before anybody could say anything on that side. And I had to remind my grandmother of who she was and what she's done for our family. My grandmother had one child, but my grandmother was responsible for helping her sister and and raise like 10, 11 kids. You understand what I'm saying? Depositing in their kids and grandchildren, and you understand what I'm saying? And so what she has done collectively with you understand what I'm saying? With a 6th grade education, I said to her, none of us in this room with all our degrees can match up to what you're doing. You hold your head high. And that sparked this thing of this unconventional, non-traditional schooling. You know what I mean?
Get it.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, we've learned so much. You understand what I'm saying? When my mom was taking that spit, putting it in my eye, giving me instructions, she wasn't reading out of a book. She was giving me life lessons and instructions.
That's right.
And it came to be Hoodvard. You understand what I'm saying? That I wanted to make sure that we understood that who we are and what we are, we can be proud of our own education and not feel like we have to, you understand what I'm saying, justify, or be justified by others. And so I believe with all my heart when people say, yo, B, I'm from the hood, they're not just saying I'm from a bad circumstance. They're saying I've seen some things. That's right. I've overcome some things.
That's right.
I've survived some things.
That's right.
I know some things. In fact, I know some people who had jobs who train people with degrees.
That's a fact.
You follow what I'm saying? So that's my passion behind the clothing. You know what I mean?
Well, kudos to you, man, and God bless you, man.
Can I show this?
Yes, I want you to, man.
Yes,
this? The platform is here.
This is my other baby. I want to drop this one exclusively next month. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why I say exclusively next month. I want to show everyone this. I want you brothers to feel this too, man. I want you to be like, I want you to be like, what's that velvet? You know what I mean? Like, where's your camera, Big?
Yeah, right here.
Right here?
Right here, there, right here, and right here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Yeah,
So if you can see that, it says HBSU, Historically Black Street University. And if you look at the back, I'm going to read the back and then show the back.
Sure.
Sorry. So Hoodvard, it says project dormitories in the form of low-income housing. Hoodvard is where we studied and learned how to beat the odds by mastering different levels of life lessons. So Hoodvard is, for us, is that we've studied, you understand what I'm saying, the college campuses and in dormitories of low-income and affordable housing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what this is.
That's dope, man. I love the analogy, man. It's so dope,
And,
man.
yeah, man. And can I say something?
Yeah,
I didn't know how many of y'all was gonna be here, and I didn't know no sizes. I would have made sure that I got, I bought something for the team. I want you to feel that. You feel that? The H on the side, the HU, you know what I mean? Like, and if you see the front, they can see the front of that. The hood is blocking that. Thank you so much. If you can see the front, thank you so much, man. I just want people to really get a feel. I feel that velvet. Is that velvet? You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Bink. I want folks to see that, and I have some folks who inquired about it from overseas. You know what I mean? Who said, "Yo, man, that story resonates to us where we are."
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
it does, brother.
It's not a color thing. You know what I mean? It's a real thing. So I want our folks and people to actually wear their successes on their back, literally.
That's dope, man.
Thank you so much.
Big shout to Harvard, man. Word up, man. That's dope, man. That's dope, man.
Thank you.
What is this, velvet?
You feel that? You feel that?
You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel that?
Quality.
You feel that? And that's one of my prototypes. I've done some upgrades, but that's one of the prototypes I wanted to bring it. I love, I ain't gonna front on you. That blue and orange is the Knicks colors. I love that.
Oh man, we New York all day.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. Thank you so much. You can throw it. I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, cool.
Thank you so much, brother.
Yeah.
Got some fans asking where you can get some of the verse from.
Oh man. So
Yeah, plug it in. Plug it in.
Shut it out.
So this is exciting, right? First of all, man, I love the vibe here, man. I just,
man.
look, listeners. This is a jive plug, but work with me. I would love for you guys to have me back here if you want me to come
definitely.
back.
Oh man, come on. For sure, man. I love it, man.
You got to say that, right? So right now, our website is under construction. It's being built. When we were talking, I was so excited about the 20th. I kept saying the 20th, because I was going to be able to come on here and say, we launched today.
Got you. Right.
We found some things that we can do to make the shopping and things a lot easier for our customers. So we don't say customers, our brand believers. So I could have rushed, but I said, hold tight. So if anybody does want to order, they can reach me through social media, which is Hoodvert University. They can inbox me or write, and I, just
and that's on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And I would be happy to, support them in their order.
Dope, man. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Nutta Butta, I'm feeling you, man. I want you to stick around. I got one or two more questions, and then we got 2 last segments we're going to do with you, then we're going to do some pictures, and then we got another show coming on after.
Oh, man, so that's crazy.
We kind of on a little tight format here.
That's it.
All right. With that being said, man, ventures. Just give me 1 or 2 of your ventures outside of Hoodvert, outside of music that you got going on.
Wow. Outside, see, Bink is good. He's good. He makes you dig deep, right?
Good segue.
Yeah, this is deep. So, I have a book. I'm also a writer. You know what I mean? You can't write music and not write books, man. It goes hand in hand, right?
Right.
So, I have a book that's coming out. It's called The Nerd Life of a Cool Kid, and
that's dope.
And where we come from, man. We come from this thing, and I never liked guns, and I never liked all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just being real. You know what I mean? I wasn't the guy that was like, yo, go get the hammer. That's how far back I go. He's calling the hammer. Go get the hammer. You know what I mean? Go get that. You know what I mean? I was never that guy. And but I, as I became older, I would run into all of the street dudes who I knew. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real street dudes. Everybody feel they from the street, but there's levels to it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
It's levels to
that's
it.
All the way fact.
But I would run into dudes in the supermarket with their kids, and they'd be like, "Yo, you want to be in a street like this? This is the dude you want to be." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "Word," you know what I mean? And then I would hear them say, "He always stayed fresh. I just knew him been fresh since I knew him." You know what I mean? Word? Yeah, I wasn't I? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And do play ball, run around, the chicks, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, Dad, I might have been a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? And I would reflect on my life. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know what? I was a cool kid. You know what I mean? So, in all this time, I didn't realize how popular I was. So what I wanted to share was that if you just live a little while longer, you'll realize you're a teenager for 19 years. You're an adult for the rest of those ways.
That's right.
Right? For everything else, you grown. So I'm like, I was pretty like, because I done lived a little longer, right. And I reflect back like, yo, this is crazy. So I wanted to pen some memoirs about my life, but I do relative stories where after in the memoir, I call it the message in the memoir. You follow me? I share what the memoir is about, and then I have a small segment where you can write about it too. So it's very interactive.
That's dope. Oh, that's dope, man. Well, it's dope, man.
Thank you so much, brother.
Like the educational piece, man.
Thank you so much.
Big shout to you on that, brother. Word up. You know what? I'm gonna save the next question after we come back from empathy. And with that said, man, I just want to talk to you, Nutta, and ask you, because this is what it did for me, man. I started doing a little of this, becoming more of a personality, being less into the clubs, because I'm known as a promoter, being Buddha Productions, Daytime Boys, and may have you. So the pandemic taught me to kind of like fall back and try to do some things behind the scene and pick up my speed from here. You know what I mean? Just a little laid back. So I want to ask you what it did to you, how did it affect you, and what did the pandemic do for you in your journey and your grind and what you do and how you do?
Well, first and foremost, Ben, can I just keep it real with you, man? You're an amazing host, brother.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
I'm just like for real,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Like you're an amazing host,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
For real, like
Make it look easy.
Yeah, like.
Oh
like
man, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey, man. Yeah, it's been a journey. My big shout to my the head honcho COC, man. He has helped me, with this whole ride right here. His son, the whole family. It was tough, what I'm saying, and I've learned and I understand one thing: the third eye. This is a monster right here. So you got to understand this third eye, and that was one of the first lessons that he gave me. But I appreciate you. I appreciate that.
That's real. I want. Hopefully, I want to share something about that, the camera too, that I learned. That's pretty interesting. But the question that you asked about what did the pandemic do for me? The pandemic, it brought me closer, for one, to my family. I have some family that's out of town that I had the opportunity to stay with. It was amazing to stay with my family, and more importantly, it helped me to realize that me getting up every morning, going to a place that I didn't want to go to, didn't make sense for me.
Got you.
And I knew that I was an extraordinary dude with talent, and not that means that anyone else doesn't have that.
Get it.
But it was important that I stepped into what I believe is my purpose, and my purpose is music. My purpose is to entertain. My purpose is to be a CEO. My purpose is to understand business. So it made me to understand what trademarking is, understanding, with what business credit is and what regular credit is. And, ask a lot of questions and really dive into this thing called content, understand what content is, and just really diving in and sharpening my skills and understanding who I am. So, and asking questions, there's a brother here who was interviewing, but I asked him questions, man. I don't, let me ask you something, you know what I mean?
I get it.
We are in an information age, and people have information.
That's
what I
right.
mean?
You said something key. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's important to gather that. And big shout to my sister too. My sister is the information guru. I can ask her a question.
Shout to Sister Google.
You know what I mean? And just eating differently. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's a
definitely
big
eating differently.
Deal. That's a big deal, brother.
I fast every day. You know what I mean? Understanding what fasting is. Understanding. I'm supposed to be a vegetarian, but I'm a junketarian also. That's another. That's a whole other story. But the bottom line is, that's what this made me do. The pandemic made me understand and know that it's better to be alive and to live than just to exist. I don't know if we really could understand that and feel that. But if you're not living, and if you're not alive, then you're just existing. My family says, like, yo, when you get up, you on 100. I got no other choice. I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Right. They say, I believe they say, when it's up, then it's up. You know what I mean? When I'm up, I'm up.
Yeah. Well, Butter, man, it's been a pleasure, man, and it's not over, man. I got one more. And party people, man, I want y'all to understand who this is, man. This brother, I've always watched from a distance. We always knew each other. And I always, checked his style out. He always was a guy who moved in the back and low key. And all the guys that's moving in the back is low key. Those are the ones, man. So all those flashy dudes, man, it's nothing I ain't knocking nobody, but well, I was taught, and we're gonna talk cliches and talk Big Mama and all that. I was taught from my moms what glitters not gold.
That's right.
You know what I mean? What always glitters is not gold. What always shines is not gold. Just don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? You got to read the book sometimes.
That's it.
I do my homework, man. With that being said, man, I want to ask you one more question. Then we're gonna play some joints, man. Like I close out on some of your jams. Y'all just logging on. This is BBPTV. BX Live is a network. Butter Love, producer extraordinaire. And since you made a lot of music in the 90s and you're working on some current things, and we in 2022, and the music has changed. You know what I mean? It went from mumble rap to down south to this and that. How do you feel about the current state of music, and what's your take on it? Just something small, because we definitely going to bring you back.
Wow.
But I just want you to touch on that just a little bit.
Okay.
What's your take on the music and where it's at in its current
Wow,
state?
thank you so much. Well, I believe, first and foremost, I love the entrepreneurship of the new artists. These guys are absolutely amazing. If we just watch, you will learn something. You know what I mean? Each generation, of course, there's a gap, there's a shift. You know what I mean? But I don't believe that there's mumble rap. I believe that the artists who are rhyming today are rhyming to the culture of who they're rhyming to. In other words, they're rhyming to their age, right? So I can't be 45 and think that someone 21 is going to speak to me. That just doesn't make sense.
Understand.
You know what I mean? And if I could just go back a little bit, I remember the group called Das Effect. You know what I mean? And if you remember Das Effect, I was saying bum stiggity bum.
Right.
So if that wasn't mumble, I don't know what that was. You know
Right,
what I mean?
exactly.
And
You
if,
feel
you
me?
know,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Right.
And no disrespect to anyone, remember the guy from the Fooshnickers, the dark-skinned brother. Oh my God. I don't know what he was saying, but I felt him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that it was mumble rap to them, right? But what I do know is that this generation is saying something. If you just take the time to listen, you'll see, because they're teaching us something. I don't think that you'll hear a lot of the business jerking stories, because they're showing us how to sell directly to the consumer. You know what I mean? Older guys was waiting to get a deal.
Yes, and not only waiting to get a deal, waiting for someone to make a decision on the boom bap. How could someone that not from your culture, not knocking those outside the culture that do understand the rhythm, but how can you wait for a decision of the boom bap from someone who don't even know how to dance? I'm trying to say. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Because I come from that era.
Right.
We're not going to get into that, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you get it, man. But it's the floor's on you.
Yeah. So that's so important. I just want to touch on one thing if I can. I know we have to rush. I just want to say this to everyone out there, and this is so important to me, is that if you are asked to go to jury duty and you duck it, I want you to know that you're doing a disservice to every black person that's there. And I'm going to tell you why. Is that you're leaving young people in the hands of people who don't have their best interests in mind, right? So just think about that. You say, I'm ducking jury duty, I don't want to go, I'm good, those things like that. But now you have 8 white jurors, 9 white jurors. You understand what I'm saying?
Key statement.
You understand what I'm saying? So
key statement.
Those are some things, and I just want to say this one thing is that poor choices are expensive.
Factual.
Poor choices are expensive. And so before you pick up and do anything, I beseech each and every young person and every older person to count the costs before you make those decisions. And this is really close to me when I say
I get it,
brother. So I just wanted to make sure that I shared that.
Oh, man, with that saying, Butter, man, we appreciate you coming here, man, to
you
BX Live Studios. We definitely want you back, man. BBPTV, we appreciate you. Feel Good Thursdays, man. DJ Akmonic, we appreciate you coming through. It Could Have Been Worse is up next. I want you to close out with some joints and Nutta Butta. You got them loaded up. Some of them joints that he did, you got them loaded up?
I'm excited.
Oh, man. Nutta Butta, this one is for you, man. This segment is for you, man. All praises due. St. Nick, stand up, man. Big shout out to Teddy Riley, Markel, the whole camp, man. Some of my boys, man, from St. Nick, Light Eye Kevin, all them. They're my boys,
Kev,
man.
white boy Kev.
White boy Kev, man.
BB.
Big shout to Word Up, Rick, Big Rick, and all them.
Oh, my
Yo,
God.
they're my boys, man. You know what I mean? Word up.
Ricardo Lucas.
You feel me? Word up. St. Nick, stand up. Let's go,